The Red Tent is a 1997 novel written by Anita Diamant about the life of a real girl from the Bible called Dinah and the real circumstances and people she experiences in her life. Infused by the author's imagination, Dinah is the only daughter of Jacob, an extremely influential and important patriotic father in the Bible. His story, as well as the stories of his 12 sons, are well documented. This novel sheds light on the hazy story of Dinah and her 4 beloved mothers, Jacob's 4 wives. A story in the Bible is transformed into a beautiful tale of Dinah's life and the relationship she has with each of her 4 mothers. Diamant reads between the lines to create a story of love, hope, heartbreak, and the fragile bonds that hold family together. Relationships affect other people's relationships in a very powerful and direct way, whether the person notices it or not. People often act towards others in the same way that they have been treated. This ideology can work positively or negatively. If a person is surrounded by healthy and loving relationships, then they are most likely to continue to nurture these types of relationships and recognize unhealthy ones. If all someone knows is toxic and abusive, whether mentally, physically, or emotionally damaging relationships, it is likely to be much harder for these people to connect in a positive way after being exposed to such negativity. No relationship is without arguments and conflict, both big and small, but how you deal with them defines your character. "You are unclean, and you are cursed," I said, spitting into the face of the man who had been my father. Then I turned my back upon him, and he was dead to me. Compromise is impossible at this point, and Dinah does something she has never dared to do with her family. She walks away and completely cuts them off, as it is the least painful thing to do. One of the most important aspects of a loving relationship is the other person's happiness being important to you. This also connects to respect. Another way to cope with conflict can be to remove yourself from the situation, just as Dinah did. It depends on the relationship if this is brave, and by letting go to something that hurts more than benefits you, or cowardly in the sense that you are just running away from your problems. Either way, no matter the relationship, you will be leaving loose ends that will come back at some point in your life. The path one chooses when conflict arises not only teaches them a lesson, but is a part of who they are. One of the greatest gifts of a relationship is that you have yourself an opportunity for self-growth. This can happen with good or bad relationships. You take the lessons you've learned and the mistakes you've made and use them to your advantage. There's always room for self-growth. I gave him everything. I abandoned myself to him and in him. It was only that I could not find a voice for the flood of my happiness. This specific example in the text shows how a loving relationship can change a person by making Dinah grow in character and broaden her horizons. This example of Dinah's self-growth proves the power of relationships and the impact they have on one's identity. Although relationships begin and end, what is important is how the experience of the relationship and the memories that a person carries with them continue to shape the person long after. Dinah finds a hidden and bold piece of herself with Shalem, and she goes on with her life. She carries that strength and courageousness that she obtained. Whether in raising her son or in the birthing rooms of Egypt, Dinah uses this experience with self-growth to assist her and bring her even further.